Hello, everybody, and welcome to live coverage of Game 2 of today's doubleheader. I'm Drew Wilson. I'll be joined by Trevor Ramagos here shortly. Game 2 about to get underway. Colin Clark on the mound for the Cougars, and his first pitch is strike one to Chadwick Feely of Washington and Lee. The Generals took Game 1 11-2 here earlier today at Owen Fulton Field. So Cougars looking to even the series here if they can get a win in Game 2. Colin Clark, second pitch misses low, so ball one the count. Or 1-1 the count here to Feely. Feely had a great Game 1 for the Generals. Pitch on the way in the dirt, so 2-1 the count. Clark, a freshman, 6'4", out of Summerfield, North Carolina. Played at Northwest Guilford. And 2-1 pitch hits the outside corner. That'll even it up at 2-2. Averett's defense, you got Clark on the mound. Chase McKinney back behind the plate. Brandon Hatcher at third. Trailer at shortstop. Vidano at second. Tucker Majetic at first, and the ball finds him. And they'll toss over to Clark for the 3-1 putout for out number one. Your outfield the same as it was to start Game 1. A.J. Hart in left. Zach DiCarlo in center, and Andrew Lancaster out in right field. DH, though, in Game 2 will be Dante George. Picked up a hit after coming in midway through the game. So with one out, that'll bring up Matthew Jones. Jones takes a fastball high from Colin Clark. Turned out to be a little bit better weather here for Game 2. Temperature has risen maybe a few degrees, and the sun is out. It's a little cloudy and overcast for Game 1 here. Wind still blowing this time. For right now, it's going straight out to center field as Jones takes strike one. So 1-1 the count to the Generals left fielder. Pretty much the same lineup for Washington and Lee. As strike two drops in from Colin Clark. You have Feely at shortstop leading off. Matthew Jones in left. Jason Volpicelli at third base. Zach Lowenberg at first base. Bryce Burnett was the DH in Game 1. He's starting behind the plate here in Game 2. Ryan Monson in right field as Matthew Jones goes down swinging. And that's the first career strikeout here for Colin Clark for out number 2. After Monson, who's in right field, Bradford Martin getting the start at the DH spot, batting in the 7th slot tonight. Matt Whiteley in center field, and Ben DiSabrino at second base. Jack Boyce getting the start on the mound here in Game 2 for the Generals. So with two away, that'll bring up Jason Volpicelli. First pitch, breaking ball across for strike one. Great curveball there by Colin Clark. 0-1 pitch, little flare out to shallow right field and just over the glove of Kyle Vidano at second base. So that'll drop in for a single here with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Zach Lowenberg. Lowenberg went 2 for 3 with a walk, 2 singles, and an RBI in Game 1. First pitch misses inside in the dirt from Clark. Lowenberg, a senior out of Baltimore. 1-0 pitch. Fouled out over to the left side up against the fence. That'll leave in the count at 1-1. Clark looks in, pitch on the way, fouled out of play again to the left side. We're in the top of the first inning. Here, game 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Colin Clark making his collegiate debut. The big righty looks in. Fastball misses low. Two count. And a little chopper up the middle. Vedano is going to have to play it. It's going to be a tough play, but he makes the play over at first base for the 4-3 putout. And that'll get the Cougars out of the inning. So no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 runner left on base and no errors. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. We come back. Cougars coming to the plate. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Kyle Vedano will lead things off for the Cougars. And pitch misses high from Jack Boyce. This one laced out into left field. And that burns Matthew Jones. Vedano on his horse around second. He's going for 3. It's going to be close. He's in there. And Vedano with a leadoff triple. So Kyle Vedano coming up with a big play there. That'll bring up Chase McKinney. McKinney, big home run in the first inning in his first plate appearance of the season. First pitch of ball. Boyce fires this one in. This one's going to be caught on a line drive. Vedano tags up, and he will score. And the Cougars take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
The first baseman, number 34, Tucker Majetic.
So Tucker Majetic will come to the plate, getting his first at bat of the year. getting the start at first base for the Cougars. Majetic played mostly outfield last year as a freshman, but Kenny Fleming, head coach for the Cougars, is looking for a way to get Majetic's bat into the lineup and put him in first base. Looks like is how he's going to do it here today. This one chopped foul down the left field line. So McKinney has the RBI sacrifice fly. Vidano comes around and scores after getting that leadoff triple. Oh, 2 pitch to Majetic. Ball popped up in the infield, right behind home plate, and going to be called in foul territory by the catcher, Burnett, for out number two.
The right fielder, number 23, Andrew Lancaster.
And that'll bring up Andrew Lancaster, junior transfer. Local product out of Chatham High School. Lists Danville as his hometown, but Chatham just on the outskirts out in Pennsylvania County. Takes ball 1. Fastball high. And Boyce comes across with a strike on the outside corner. Boyce started 3 games last year in 6 appearances. Went 0-2 with a 5.63 earned run average. As time is called at the plate. Boyce, a senior out of Armonk, New York, 6'7", 210. And a swing and a miss there by Lancaster. Got fooled by the off-speed pitch. Washington Lee with a couple of tall guys on their team. Boyce 6'7". Mason Shuffler listed at 6'6". Tom Kellogg 6'5". Little chopper out the shortstop. And the high throw by Feely. And the first baseman, Zach Lowenberg, able to have a nice stretch and robs Lancaster of a chance to get on base. So the Cougars get a run. They lead 1-0 through 1 inning. Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information. And welcome back. We go to the top of the second inning here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Averett leads Washington Lee 1-0. Leading off for the Generals will be the catcher, Bryce Burnett. Burnett, a junior out of Hurt, Virginia, went to Gretna High School. So Another local product. That pitch misses inside. I bet he and Andrew Lancaster battled quite a bit in high school, as Gretna and Chatham just separated by about 10 miles, if even that. Another pitch in the dirt. 2-0 the count. Colin Clark on the mound for the Cougars. Had a little trouble finding his control here to the opening batter of the second inning. 3-0 count here to Burnett. Burnett batted .267 last year. And a 4-pitch walk to Burnett. That'll bring up
The right fielder, number 14,
Ryan Monson, the right fielder. And a mound visit as Cougars settle down Colin Clark. Monson went 2 for 4 in game 1. Had an RBI double and a single. Also scored a run. So with one aboard, nobody out, Monson will step up to the plate. Monson, a lefty, out of Frisco, Texas. First pitch in there for a strike. I've been to Frisco, Texas before. Was there for the FCS championship a few years ago. My alma mater made it and won. So wonderful memories there. Pitch crushed out to right field. Andrew Lancaster reeling back, but he will make the catch just shy of the warning track for the out. And good play there. So Monson flies out to right field for out number 1, and that'll bring up the DH, Bradford Martin.
The designated hitter, number 22, Bradford Martin.
Martin, a sophomore out of Ball Ground, Georgia. Seeing his first action of the season. He appeared in 12 games with 9 starts last year, batted .179 for the Generals, and Martin looks at strike 1 on the breaking ball from Colin Clark. Cougars lead 1-0 here. Having some issues with our score bar today, so apologize. Sometimes it won't update. We're working on resolving those technical difficulties. Pitch in the dirt, and it's going to be a called strike on the check swing. It will be a wild pitch, and it will allow Burnett to advance to second base. One and two the count. And the pitch. Looked well framed there by Chase McKinney, but they do not get the call. 2-2 the count. And that will be strike 3 as he's caught looking for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 10, Matt Whiteley.
That'll bring up Matt Whiteley here with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Clark checking the runner at second base. And a swing and a miss there by Whiteley. Oh and 2 count. And this one lined up the middle. That'll score a run as it drops in shallow center field. And tie ball game as Whiteley comes through with an RBI single here with 2 outs.
The second baseman, number 5, Ben DeSembrino.
So the leadoff 4-pitch walk comes back to haunt the Cougars. And the Generals tie things up. That'll bring up Ben DeSembrino for his first at bat here in game 2. He was 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch in game 1, had 2 strikeouts. Did not offer at it, but is a called strike. DeSembrino, a senior out of Yardley, Pennsylvania. Fouled back to the backstop for strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch, chopper to third base. Hatcher there. He'll have to have a long throw, and it's in time to get the runner DeSembrino heading to first base. So 5-3 putout will do it, but not before Washington Elite ties things up. We're not at a 1 apiece here going to the bottom of the second inning. Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Dante George will lead things off for the Cougars. Looks at ball one from Jack Boyce. That pitch outside as well. That one finds the outside corner though, so 2-1 the count. George came in as a hitting replacement, went 1 for 2 in game one. Transfer from Milford, Delaware, pops it up, and that'll find its way out of play behind the Cougars' dugout. Two pitch to George. Ball hit out into right field, but right at Monson, and he'll make the catch. That'll bring up Zach DiCarlo.
The center fielder, number 10, Zach DiCarlo.
DiCarlo 0 for 2 with a walk in game one for being replaced late defensively as Averett first-year head coach Kenny Fleming had a couple wholesale changes with it being a 9-run game. First pitch to DiCarlo misses inside for ball one. Ball popped up over our heads in the press box, so 1-1 now the count. And a big swing and a miss there by DiCarlo. As Boyce battles back, gets ahead in the count 1-2. That one misses high. Kind of a big looping arm action by Boyce. Comes over the top. DiCarlo works the count full here with 1 out. That one misses low and outside, so DiCarlo draws the 1-out walk. That'll bring up A.J. Hart. Senior will step in. Hart 0 for 2 with a walk in today's opening game. Has DiCarlo over at first base. Ball fouled opposite way.
Just make sure you always, like, before you play it, just make sure that this isn't all like, always just keep an eye, because otherwise you could just play everything right some.
DiCarlo takes off. Got a great jump. And Hart fouls that one away. Tough break for the Cougars. DiCarlo was basically standing on second base before that ball even got to the plate. And that one will plunk Hart on the bicep. So it all evens out, I suppose.
The third baseman, number 2, Brandon Hatcher.
That'll bring up Brandon Hatcher. Hatcher got the start in game one before being replaced. He went over 1, but he did have an RBI. has 2 runners aboard here with 1 out. Hatcher looks at ball 1 outside. Reached on an error back in the first game and is only a bat that brought in the run. Ball popped up and caught by the shortstop, Feely, for out number 2. That'll bring up Ryan Traylor. Shortstop. Traylor went 0 for 1 before being lifted for defensive replacement late in that game 1. He'll try to keep this inning going for the Cougars. He'll look at strike 1. Top of the lineup would be due up next, starting with Kyle Vidano. Should Traylor keep it going? Oh, 1 pitch across for strike 2. And this one popped out of play. And Traylor caught swinging at the curveball for strike 3. So the Cougars put 2 on, but they leave him aboard. And that'll be it as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Still tied 1-1 here in game 2.
To lead off the top of the 3rd is Chadwick Feely. Feely 2 for 5 in the first game, batted in a run. Also scored 2 of the runs for Washington and Lee. This ball's fouled down the 3rd base line. Averett basketball, the men are trailing William Peace on the road 61-54. That game Important game for seeding for the upcoming USAC tournament. The 0-2 is down and away from Clark. The 2-2 from Clark, and it's lined down the third baseline. And Hart will get it, throw it into Vidano. So leadoff single for Feely to start the third.
The left fielder, number 24, Matthew Jones.
Feely's having a great weekend so far. Three for 7 on the weekend. That brings up Matthew Jones, the left fielder. Jones went 1 for 4 in the first game, batted in a run, struck out twice. And he'll foul this one down the first base line, and it's going to be just over the head of Majetic over there. This ball gets away. But only one extra base with the wild pitch. Colin Clark, the freshman, getting the start today. 6'4", 250 from Summerfield, North Carolina, out of Northwest Guilford High. See if you can't work him out of a little situation. The 1-1. Curveball just a little high. This one's fouled back. Evens the count out 2 apiece. Be a big out for Clark if he could retire Jones here. Take some pressure off. Clark staring in, gets the sign, looks the runner. The 2-2. He spiked it. Runner's going to go for third, and we'll get there for another wild pitch. Second wild pitch of the at-bat. Clark's pitched well so far. Just 2 wild pitches at this at-bat have moved the runner from first to third. The payoff pitch. Got him. Got him looking. Just painted that outside and away corner. Go ahead run still 90 feet away. But we're only in the third. Still a lot of baseball to go. Now the infield is going to come in here. They want to try and cut down this scoring opportunity if it develops. First pitch, another great stop by McKinney back there. He's had his hands full in the first 2 games, McKinney, but he's done a great job. Hasn't let too many get by him. Another spike. Two-0 count. At this point, you might even consider putting him on, setting up a double play ball. That ball brings the count to 3-0. Rio is in there for a strike. This 3-1 is popped up just outside the infield grass along the first base line, and it hits the ground.
That's a single.
Infield was playing in, presented a tough play. And they're going to award Volpicelli with a hit there. Sun played a little bit of a factor, too, as it's setting.
The first baseman
On its way to set, I should say.
Lowenberg.
Yeah, and the Cougars' defense just all kind of converged on it, and Majetic really had a bad angle for him to try to make that play, and that's when it dropped in. Tough play for all of them. Both infielders going kind of odd angles, and Lancaster couldn't quite make it from the outfield where he was playing, so
Yeah.
just perfectly placed hit.
Usually that's Lancaster's ball, but he was never going to make it up there.
So Washington Lee will take a 2-1 lead here.
Clark still dealing with Volpicelli on first. This 1-0's inside. Brings the count to 2-0.
And the Cougars do have some action in their bullpen. Tanner Bradshaw warming up as Clark trying to get out of more trouble here.
Clark's 2-0 to Lowenberg. And it's smacked into the left field. Just going to be a single, though.
It fell right into the left center gap there. Cougars able to get it in quickly. Hold Feely to stay at second. Or excuse me, Volpicelli at second.
So Lowenberg improves on his good weekend. He's 3 for 4 now. Over the combined 2 games so far. Now Clark will face Burnett. Starts him out with the first pitch. High, might have been a pitch out.
Entree's got 28. No, they're down 5 points right now. 71-66 with 7:55 minutes.
1-0 from Clark. High as well. Clark has some runners on base, but he could still get out of this, only giving up a run. Got to keep in his mind, only one ground ball get him out of this inning. The 2-0 from Clark. Stabbed down by McKinney. He's up to 3-0. Love to see McKinney go out there and calm down his pitcher. Hey, look, man, it's okay. Just force him to make a hit. Let your teammates make a play for you. Rio, runners are going. It's going to be a walk anyway. And Coach Fleming will come out and talk with his freshman pitcher.
And it looks like he's already made a signal to the bullpen, so that'll be it for Colin Clark. And it looks like Tanner Bradshaw is probably going to be who he called for. We're going to take a break with him. We'll come back and let you know if that is the case. And we're back. Tanner Bradshaw is indeed on the mound for the Cougars. Sophomore making his first appearance of the season. Last year went 0-2 and 8 appearances on the mound, including 2 starts. Had a 4.82 earned run average. Did have 15 strikeouts in 28 innings. Bradshaw looks in, got the bases loaded here with 1 out. Ball popped up, and
runner's going to be tagging from third.
It's deep enough. They're going to test DeCarlo, and they'll get it in. And it'll be a sacrifice fly for Monson. So he gets the job done. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Bradford Martin.
The designated hitter, number 22, Bradford Martin.
No other runners advanced on that last sacrifice flies. First pitch to Martin. Misses outside for ball 1. As Washington Lee now leads 3-1. That pitch misses high. And a big swing and a miss there. Three-one pitch outside. Excuse me, 2-1 pitch outside. It's a 3-1 the count. Bradshaw, a sophomore out of Goochland, Virginia. Gets Martin to swing hard on that one and miss. So full count now.
Runners will be going on this pitch.
Ball popped up into shallow center field. Trailer back on the grass. Makes the catch for out number 3. And Washington and Lee
The Generals in the top
able to
of the
score
third. 2 runs on 3
2
hits.
runs.
2 runners left on base.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 3rd here. Washington Lee up 3-1. Calvadano, top of the lineup to lead it off here for the Cougars. Jack Boyce back out to work. Calvadano 1 for 1 in this game. He's going to get plunked.
And looks like he will actually be awarded first base this time.
The catcher, number 16, Chase McKinney.
Quick update. Averett men trailing by 1 with 4 minutes to go in the game. Montrakash with a career-high 32 points and going.
Cougars looking to pick up a big road win. Men's basketball, that is.
Tim Henry also has 19 and 9, so he's 1 rebound off. Double-double.
And McKinney looks.
Mary Baldwin beat Greensboro. Wow. Straight out.
And some more good news just filtering in. Greensboro women's basketball lost to Mary Baldwin today, so Averett will be the sole champion in the East Division and the #1 seed. So that's good news.
Congratulations to the women. They've had a great year.
Their third consecutive 17-win season. And if they win one more, it'd be a third consecutive 18-win season.
I guarantee they're going to be hungry going into that tournament. I was at the road game for the conference tournament last year against Ferrum, and that was a very close one. Ended a little questionable on the road, so I know those women will be out for vengeance.
That quarterfinal game will be here on Averett's North Campus at the Grant Center next Saturday at 2 p.m. So Vedano still at first base. 0-1 the count here to McKinney. McKinney had the sacrifice fly back in the first inning. Time called at the plate.
McKinney also had a home run in the first game, the first one
Yeah, McKinney
at Averett in 3 years for the Cougars.
got a hold of that one for sure. That'll make your day become really positive.
Yes. Nothing like hitting a baseball with a stick out over the fence.
Fortunately, Trevor, I'm still waiting for my first career home run.
Yeah,
But
me
one
too.
of these days. It'll
Me
come.
too.
0-1 the count here to McKinney. Vedano on the go, and ball fouled.
He's hurt.
And Vedano comes up
Limping
Limping.
a little bit. He's calling for the trainer.
Trainer Reagan Humphreys out to check on Vedano.
Looked like he pulled up running while he was running to second on the hit and run.
So Vedano, as tough as they come, he will stay in there as long as he can.
You're going to have to fight to get him off the field.
Ball was fouled by McKinney, so he has 2 strikes on him. And Vedano gonna stay in there.
Oh, and 2 the count on McKinney. A good take there by McKinney.
Trying to get him to chase that off-speed pitch on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Boyce looks in. Vedano doesn't look like he's a threat to go, only one step off. They will throw over there, though. He's back easily.
It's playing safe. He's still fooling around with his hamstrings a little bit. They'll probably play it conservative after he pulled up a little bit.
Ball popped up, and that'll get out of play behind us. Here in the bottom of the third, Washington Lee up 3-1. Here in game 2 of our doubleheader.
Cash is 34.
Kenny's got to protect the plate here, 1 and 2.
What just happened? He stepped up.
So 1-2 pitch. Vedano takes off. This one hit out into deep center field. But Whiteley there to camp underneath it for out number 1. That'll bring up Tucker Majetic.
The first baseman, number 34, Tucker Majetic.
So Majetic popped out to the catcher just inside foul territory in his first plate appearance of the season earlier in this game. Fastball misses high for ball one.
That pitch high. Brings the count to 2-0. Cougars have been able to get runners on base, just haven't been able to knock them around. This one's fouled straight back at us.
No, like if I went to catch it, if like I was just there doing that and I went to catch it.
Boy stares in. Goes back. Vidano's easily back in time.
Majetic at the plate. Andrew Lancaster on deck for the Cougars, who trail by 2 here in the bottom of the third inning.
Have you seen the lacrosse nets? People shoot at like 100 and they break it.
Little chopper to third, but just foul.
They rip it. It also depends on how many times.
Those in double figures now just made a layup. Layup and got fouled. Look at foul too.
Yep.
What's the score?
85.
Awesome.
2-2 count here to Majetic. And looks at that one. Called a ball. So full count now. Here with 1 out. We'll see if maybe they put Vidano in motion here. He will take off. Ball is high, and it will be a walk to Majetic. So a good battle there by Tucker Majetic to draw the walk. And that'll put 2 aboard for Andrew Lancaster.
The right fielder, number 23, Andrew Lancaster.
So Lancaster steps in, 1 out.
I like this one.
That ball in the dirt, that'll move the runners over.
Good fortune there, the Cougars. Lancaster went 1 for 2 in the first game. Struck out once also.
So 2 in scoring position for Lancaster. Dante George up next in on deck for the Cougars.
Gotta think.
Prime opportunity here to tie it up.
Yeah, gotta think anything on the ground past the pitcher is gonna at least score 1. If it gets to the outfield, maybe 2.
Especially if it's to the right side.
Yes.
Anything to the left side, you got to make sure it gets through or it's not right at somebody, or else they might try to go home with it, protect the
Yeah.
lead.
And make them throw to first.
I think it's the same dude, Cam Ferguson, is that 7 or 10.
That one in the dirt. 2-1 the count here to Lancaster.
38. Montre might break the score record. What is it? 41.
He should use it 3 times. And like he needs 2 threes.
I don't think he will.
Never tell. It wasn't the Rockets came back from the greater deficit.
2-1, the count. This one hit into left field. That's dropping, but it's going to sail. Badano will tag up, and
Throw
it's going to be a
home.
close play. And the Cougars get within one. Badano,
Hurting at the plate.
yeah, a little sore after sliding in.
Came up pulling on a hit and run to go in a second. Not a light collision there at the plate, I'd say. Badano sacrificing his body to get that run.
Fifth-year senior now being helped off.
We're going to have a sub. Sawyer Smith probably second.
But it is a sacrifice fly for Lancaster, so he gets the RBI.
Dante George.
Cuts the lead to 1.
So you hate to see that for Badano.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's okay.
Majetic still stands on second, representing the tying run here.
Averett coach, assistant coach Robbie Swab will talk to Dante George. We'll see what the Cougars' game plan is here with George. Now we're going to have a little chess match as we're going to have a pitching change. Looks like for Washington and Lee. We'll take a break with them here on the Averett Sports Network. Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information. And welcome back. We got a new pitcher on the mound for Washington Lee. It is number 17, Chase Fleming, the sophomore out of Pennington, New Jersey. And we're going lefty versus lefty matchup here. That pitch in the dirt to Dante George.
Do we get the ball back too or not?
No, we don't. They got
1-0 pitch coming from Fleming. And misses low. Little check swing inside, but he held back, so 3-0 the count to George.
Missed the first one.
He rebounded.
3-0 pitch on the way from Fleming. And a 4-pitch walk. So 2 aboard now for Zach
The
DiCarlo.
center fielder, number 10, Zach DiCarlo.
So DiCarlo, chance to keep this inning going. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Fastball hits the top half of the zone. Strike 1.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember which is which. That's why I was just looking at it.
Fastball high, misses. 1-1 the count. One pitch popped up in the infield. Shortstop Feely calls everybody off and makes the catch for the out. Not for the Cougars. Get 1 run back. They trail 3-2 through 3 innings.
For the Cougars in the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Generals in the top
of the
fourth, the center fielder, number 10, Matt Whiteley.
top of the 4th here.
I gotta go back to the top.
Whiteley leading off the inning. 8-9-1 to bat for Washington Lee.
I forgot to email myself that year. I forgot we changed it.
Bradshaw still out there. Throwing for the Cougars. So he starts off Whiteley 2-1. Glad you could join us for the opening weekend of Averett baseball. The Cougars dropped the first game, 7 innings, 11-2. Doubleheader today. This game is a full 9. And Bradshaw will walk Whiteley to start off the 4th.
The second baseman, number 5, Ben DeSimbrino.
Ben DeSimbrino steps up, the second baseman.
Good.
Time called, and McKinney will have a word with Bradshaw at the mound. Possibly discussing the steal and the runner. Action down the Cougar bullpen, Cole Spain. Loosen up. And a bunt, but it's going to be fouled on the plate. Washington and Lee looking to play some small ball here. See if they go with the bunt again. And this one is poked but foul down the first base line. So 0-2, the bunt will likely be off. This one's fouled, but out of play down the first base line. The 0-2. And this ball is lifted into the air in the left field, coming on and making the play is Hart. That'll be the first out of the inning. Bradshaw gets DeSimbrino to fly out. That'll bring up the top of the lineup for Washington and Lee with Freely. Freely, one of those guys for Washington and Lee that's had a good weekend. Been on base a lot, scored a lot. Hit the ball well. Bradshaw will start him off with a fastball outside. Whiteley's still on first. He's fake stole. They're going to throw behind him, but he'll be in there. Bradshaw looks in to McKinney, gets the sign. Stretch, the pitch, swing and a miss. Good breaking ball there. 1-2. Got him. Swinging. Swung right over, right under the
The
fastball.
left fielder, number 24, Matthew Jones.
Bradshaw sits down the hot Feely. That'll bring up Matthew Jones. Good curveball there. Started up around his shoulders, ended around the knees.
If I had like them wiffle balls that are meant to curve on your shoulder.
Leisurely throw over to first. Keeping Whiteley in check.
Those balls curve like crazy. Insane.
Fastball high. Brings the count even. The 1-1 from Bradshaw. Good off speed in there for a strike. Buckled Jones's knees. Bradshaw's one pitch away from getting out of this. 1-2. Curveball outside. Good pitch, just Jones wouldn't bite. Two and two. Fouled away. Bradshaw 2-2. It'll be taken high. And runner will be going on this full count. 2 outs. Bradshaw looks in. Gets a sign. Wind up. Stretch the pitch and fouled away. So we'll go again.
You ride basketball, Joe? I think so. I thought Danny was on. Is it?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, then go for it.
God damn.
The payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Second strikeout of the inning. So for Washington Lee, 1 hit, 1 left on base, no runs. Going to the bottom of the 4th, Washington Lee leads 3-2.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information. Bottom of the fourth, A.J. Hart will lead things off for the Cougars. They trail Washington and lead 3-2. Fleming still on the mound for the Generals after coming in relief. First pitch in the dirt to Hart. Hart hit by a pitch in his first at bat in game 2.
This ball drops in for a strike. On one, on the ground, skipped. Two-one count to Hart. This one's up and away. 3-1.
And will be a walk to Hart to lead things off. So the Cougars getting something going here in the top of the fourth, excuse me, bottom of the fourth inning.
Brandon Hatcher.
And we're going to have a mound visit here for the Generals. Nobody warming up in their bullpen, so just to try to calm things down.
You don't have to replay his walkout.
That'll bring up Hatcher. 0 for 1 here in game 2. Popped out to shortstop back in the second inning.
Hart's going.
Run on move. Beautiful hit and run for the Cougars, and Hart will make his way over to third. A freshman coming through with a big hit and run play.
And I was just about to say Hart's not the biggest threat for a steal, and then I saw him moving. But the Cougars had the hit and run on, and it pays off.
Ryan Trailer.
Now in a very threatening position here. Runners on the corners, no outs.
So Ryan Trailer up. Trailer still seeking his first hit of the season.
Now, usually a ball on the ground will score, but Hart, one of the slower guys on the Cougar team, so we have to be careful.
And runner taken off. Trailer lays down the bunt, but pulled it back, and it's a wild pitch, and Hart will score. And not only that, but Hatcher goes all the way from first to third on the play.
Wow.
Great base running there by Hatcher.
Wild pitch there, allowed for that. Thought Trailer was going to go for the bunny. He pulled it up last second. Good choice. So 1-0.
And great to see that from Hatcher. He back in the first inning, first game, he actually had a base running mistake, mental mistake. Forgot how many outs there were. So got the chance to redeem himself here and made a great play on the base paths.
Yeah, good awareness by him.
So Trailer able to swing away now, 1-1 the count as he fouls that one back.
Got to put that ball in play.
Pitch outside. If you're trailer, if you can push anything to the right side, that will certainly score the run. Anything to the left side, Hatcher's going to have to hold unless it's hit through. Plus, with a lefty pitcher, it's a harder throw to throw home if you hit it to the right side. And a little pop-up flare out of play. So 2-2 the count to trailer. Then back to the top of the lineup with Vadano. Vadano's still flexing his toe down there. I'm pretty sure he's going to need some ice after today's game.
Need to get that leg wrapped up.
2-2 the count. Trailer pops out one, and that'll get out of play as well.
Trailer battling here.
So tie ball game, 3-3. Cougars with the go-ahead run 90 feet away. And Trailer goes down swinging for the second time.
Good pitch there by Fleming. Fastball high and away. That ball looks really appealing to the eye.
Vadano, 1 for 1 here in game 2, had a triple to lead off. Came around, scored, then hit by a pitch and came around, scored. So he's got 2 runs scored here in game 2. First baseman Lowenberg playing for a bunt. Breaking ball inside, misses for ball 1. Fastball across. 1-1 the count. After Vadano, it'd be McKinney, then Majetic. And Vadano gets a piece of that one, fouls it out of play. In the hole, 1-2. Cougars hit the road tomorrow, play at Washington Lee, then return home to play Bridgewater on Tuesday. We'll have that action for you here. Ball misses high. That is assuming Mother Nature cooperates. I'm told that rain is in the forecast for Tuesday. Figured since it's baseball season, I'm surprised snow's not in the forecast.
Yeah, we had a lot more snow by this time last year. A lot more.
Another breaking ball misses high, so that'll make the count full here to Vadano. Yeah, usually it's kind of the running joke around here is, you know, it's baseball first week of baseball season when it snows. So
Not this year. They got
got some nice weather this past week. So
those 60s in there. Oof.
And another ball misses high, so Vadano will walk. So puts runners on the corners here for Chase McKinney.
This is the one guy I'd want to have at bat too. He's been muscling the ball today. Great thing is you don't even need a home run here. Just a base hit.
Anything through would be nice.
Yes.
Anything else beyond that is the cherry on top, as they would say. And McKinney lays off that one, but it will be a called strike. A 1 pitch. That one misses high at the chest. Dono, not a big lead over at first, but they will check over there. One pitch. McKinney shows bunt, lays it down, but it goes foul. Cougars a very home-heavy February. After their away game tomorrow, they scheduled to play here Tuesday at 2:30 against Bridgewater. And they're off for a week. Then play Tuesday at Hampton-Sydney here. Then they host University of Lynchburg. Then they go straight into conference play with a 3-game series with Huntington. And McKinney goes down swinging. The inside breaking ball for out number 2. I'll bring up Tucker Majetic.
This would be great work by Fleming here. Cougars had runners at the corners with no outs. Now 2 outs.
Still like to get that go-ahead run if you're the Cougars.
Let's see if Majetic can't do it here.
Ball popped up, out of play, over the backstop.
The 0-1 fouled down the first base side, but it's going to get out of play.
And breaking ball catches Majetic looking, and Cougars will strand that go-ahead run at third base. Fleming gets 2 straight strikeouts to get out of the jam. And still tied 3-3. We'll go to the top of the 5th when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
You're up for the Generals. It's Bo Pacelli.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Defensive change for the Cougars. Calvedano has exited the ball game. Sawyer Smith now playing second base. Smith played a little bit of third back in game 1. Came in as a defensive replacement. Leading off things for the Generals will be the third baseman, Volpicelli. First pitch misses for ball. Volpicelli showed bunt on the play. He'll swing away, and he'll hit it up the middle for a single.
Lasered that one.
The first baseman, number 19, Zach Lowenberg.
That'll bring up Lowenberg. 1 for 2 here in game 2.
Still a tie ball game here.
This one hit out into the gap in right center. It's going to drop down. That'll get all the way to the wall.
That should score a run.
That'll score Volpicelli from first base, and just like that, the Generals retake the lead on the RBI double by Lowenberg.
The catcher, number 33, Bryce Burnett.
Spain's still warming up down in the Cougar bullpen down there.
Cole Spain, one of the other talented sophomores. When he's on, he is on. Burnett up at the plate, and Bradshaw remains in the game for now.
First lefty we'll see of the day for the Cougars if he comes in.
Burnett shows bunt, tries to get it down, but unable to make contact, and it's a called strike. Said he never pulled it back.
Good curveball there by Bradshaw.
Runner at second, nobody out. 0-1 pitch coming to Burnett. Breaking ball, just missed high. Bradshaw trying to bend that curveball in there.
Bradshaw's curveball has a lot of movement. It's actually quite deceiving.
Counting how many points Cash had in the first half. Right now he's 21. You can actually go to split split stats. Should be able to search. I couldn't before. That's why. That's why I'm doing this now.
And a swing and a miss there by Burnett for strike 2.
Trying to look by points per half. Oh, well, I already posted the box score. The XML is up.
1 and 2. The 1-2 pitch. And this one is looped to right. Be easy play.
And that one hit the back on the throw in from Lancaster. Luckily for the Cougars, it popped straight up and Traylor was right there. That could have been dangerous. That ricochets one different direction.
Be an extra base.
Yeah, the runner could have advanced.
The right fielder, number 14, Ryan Monson. Music, pitching change.
So it looks like Averett coach Kenny Fleming will go to the bullpen now as Monson comes up, and Cole Spain looks to be the one making his way for his first appearance of 2019. We'll take a break. We'll come back on the Averett Sports Network.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information.
So Cole Spain
The right fielder, number
is
14,
indeed the new
Ryan
pitcher
Monson.
for the Cougars.
How do I move the playlist up? How do I move it back down?
Doesn't matter. It just puts it alphabetically.
Burnett will lead off. Not lead off, excuse me.
You can fix the pregame one. You can fix that in 2019.
Monson.
Pregame, let him go side by side.
Pick up where we left off.
Cold outside.
Yeah, chilly, and it's starting to go down.
It's nice up here.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah. 23 in the first half. Yeah, pretty good.
The Spain's pitch nearly clipped Monson there.
Do you want me to put 2019 in front of that NCAA?
Spain's movement on his pitches are the most we've seen so far.
You're good. Later. They're going to have to save some people for tomorrow. Some guys for tomorrow.
Ball's in the dirt. 2-1 count. Spain gets the sign. Checks the runner. The pitch. Fouled. Straight back. So 2-2 count now.
Efficiency.
Spain pitched 27 innings last year, 30 strikeouts. As this one's grounded to second. Easy play made there by Sawyer Smith. But Spain last year, 27 innings pitched, 18 earned runs, 30 strikeouts. Started 6 games, 10 appearances, went 2-2 with a 6.0 ERA. So now batting is going to be Bradford Martin, the DH. With big Zach Lowenberg still 90 feet away on third with 2 outs. Spain's first pitch is low for a ball.
Maybe Mason will get it this year.
Ah, you funny.
1-0 from Spain is fouled down just off the first base line.
Right, Drew?
He had a lot of catches in the Marigo game when we went 5 wide and then Shannon got out of it for some another reason.
Just to get outside.
On 1 pitch, high and away. Kenny had to come out of his stance to get that one. 2-1 now the count. Spain looking to limit the damage. And this ball is going to get away. Lowenberg thought about it, but changed his mind. The big old first baseman, I don't think he would have had a chance. 3-1 now the count. Spain has 2 bases open though. The 3-1 is fouled. Bring the count to full.
This is why I could not play baseball. Cause I'm watching it and I'm bored out of my mind.
Watching golf.
I can't watch golf either.
Spain gets the sign. The payoff pitch is popped up behind third base. Calling for it is Hart, and he'll make the play. So Cougars get out of this inning, only give up a run
For the Generals
on
in the top of the fifth,
2 hits.
2 hits and 1 runner left on base.
1 runner left on base.
For the Cougars, it's Lancaster, George, and DeCarlo.
Washington and Lee leads it through 4.5 innings, 4-3 here on the Averett Sports Network.
And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Andrew Lancaster will lead things off for the Cougars. They're down by 1. Washington leads 4-3, trying to take game 2 of this doubleheader after winning the first game 11-2. Pitch by Fleming in the dirt. Ball 1 to Lancaster.
Why does the catcher's glove so dirty?
When you stick it in the dirt to block balls,
Lancaster lays off the high fastball. 2-0 the count. Sun starting to set here at Owen Fulton Field. We still have quite a few innings to go, so hopefully we can get them all in.
Temperature's going to be dropping soon, too.
Not sad to be in the press box. I'll put it that way, Trevor. At least take the wind off of you.
Yep, and we got this little old-fashioned heater, too.
3-0 the count here to Lancaster.
At most, you're going to see me do face.
Dante George due up next.
If you're watching online, obviously you are because you're listening to us. You can see it's a beautiful day, but it is a little chilly here. Wind has been blowing for most of the day. Lancaster taking all the way. That's a called strike 1. So 3-1 the count to the transfer junior. Chase Fleming looks in. 3-1 pitch. And chop right back to him. He'll get it with a glove, toss over to first. High throw, but in time to get Lancaster for out number 1.
The designated hitter, number 15, Dante George.
I'm going to bring up Dante George. 0 for 1 with a walk here in game 2. First pitch misses low and outside. Told George's dad is a baseball scout. Also played pro ball.
Maybe he's the one who taught him to bat from the left and throw from the right. Ooh.
And takes one off the shoulder blade. And he'll be hit by pitch.
The center fielder, number 10, Zach DiCarlo.
I'm sure his dad knows Kenny Fleming's dad, Averett's head coach. His dad's been a major league scout for a long time.
They work in the same organization.
So Zach DiCarlo is stepping in. George, moderate lead at first base. especially with a lefty pitcher in Fleming. First pitch misses outside. Averett head coach Kenny Fleming actually played his pro ball here in Danville, which is how he first became familiar with the city. That pitch in the dirt, good block there by the catcher Burnett. And Fleming, and as well as his brother Kurt Fleming, were both drafted by the Atlanta Braves and played rookie ball here with the minor league affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, the Danville Braves, for a couple of seasons. 2-0 pitch. DiCarlo lays off the high fastball. So full count.
Gotta be taken all the way here if I'm DiCarlo.
And he does take, and it is high, so he'll reach with a walk. So 1 out hit by a pitch and a 1 out walk will put 2 aboard for A.J. Hart.
Brunette will have a word with his pitcher.
And Hart's benefited from a hit by pitch and a walk in this game, so still without an official at bat. Senior looking to help the Cougars, who trail by 1 here. Hart scored last inning on a wild pitch. He walked, moved to third from first on a hit and run single, and then came home on the errant throw on the wild pitch. He goes up there swinging. First pitch swung and missed for strike 1. Averett still only 2 hits here in game 2. That one misses. One was a triple by Calvedano, and the other one single by Hatcher. But they've been on base quite a bit thanks to walks and hit by pitches. No errors yet in this game. And another big swing there by Hart, so 1-2 is the count. Due up next would be Hatcher.
Something like that, if Hart gets a piece of that, he's sending it somewhere in a hurry.
He's got some pop. Time called at the plate.
Here, though, he's got to shorten up, protect the plate 1 and 2.
Lays off the high heat. Two-two pitch. Ball hit out into right center field. Monson there to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, that'll bring up Brandon Hatcher, freshman third baseman. Had the hit and run single back in the 4th inning. Helped eventually get A.J. Hart in.
Hatcher can give the Cougars a lead here if he puts one in a gap somewhere.
Fastball high. I imagine anything on the ground that gets through the infield, they're probably going to send the runner. George may not be the speediest guy, but he can certainly get around.
I mean, I don't want to repeat the same thing on these last games. Catch score, career high.
Cougars fall short on road to winning piece, despite cash career high.
Maybe new career high.
Cash score is career high 39 and loss at piece. Heartbreaking loss at piece on it.
Heartbreaking loss.
2-0 pitch on the way to Hatcher. That one drops in for a strike. Ryan Traylor set to be up next. Should Hatcher reach. Pretty good crowd on hand here at Owen Fulton Field. Watching today's doubleheader. Season opener for both teams. And 2-1 pitch just missed the inside corner. 3-1 now the count. Shadows starting to creep across home plate and in between the pitcher's mound. Makes it tough to see. Pick up that ball out of the sun and then into the shadow again. And will be a walk drawn by Hatcher. So bases loaded for Ryan Traylor.
The shortstop, number 5, Ryan Traylor.
And Traylor looking for his first hit. And we're going to see a pitching change.
Did not say in the tweet.
No, I just saw it.
It's on number 15. Oh, I guess Jeff needs to take more descriptive.
I believe that might be number 15, Mason Shuffler. We'll let you know. Certainly looks like a tall person out there. Shuffler 6'6", out of Lafayette, Louisiana, down in your neck of the woods there, Trevor.
I saw also, I think it was their coach was a graduate of ULM Monroe. Yeah, Ted White. There's a couple folks from down around my neck of the woods.
So it is, in fact, Mason Shuffler, a sophomore. He pitched a little bit last year, made 9 appearances, including 4 starts. Finished with a 1-5 record, 12.18 earned run average.
Went to Acadiana High School. I actually know what high school that is.
So, down from your home state, but he's actually was a longtime assistant at James Madison University. Going back to Ted White, talking about Louisiana Monroe being down there. Ted White, the head coach, he was actually a longtime assistant at James Madison, which my alma mater.
The Dukes.
And then took over Washington Lee's program in his second season with the Generals.
We're going to have a pinch hitter.
Did he play ball at ULM?
He was a 4-year letter winner for the Warhawks and earned all conference honors in the Southland Conference 3 times.
Wow.
He was also a assistant coach at McNeese State, Gulf Coast Community College, and also was an administrative assistant for the baseball program at LSU.
He's got some connections.
Attention.
Some Southern baseball.
Number 41, Cody.
So we have a pinch hitter coming up for the Cougars. In place of Ryan Traylor, it will be Cody Jones.
pinch hitter, right? No runners.
No runners.
So Cody Jones will replace Trailer.
Cody Jones batted .230 last year.
Jones got the start at first base in game 1.
14 hits for 61 at bats last year. Batted .230.
So big moment here. 2 outs, bases loaded. Ball popped up into shallow right field. And Monson able to snag it. So once again, Washington Lee gets out of a bases loaded jam.
3 runners left on base.
I believe that's the 3rd time today that's happened between the 2 games. So
Yeah, they just somehow find their ways out of these tough situations.
So the Generals holding on to a 4-3 lead as we are through 5 innings. We'll go to the 6th when we come back. Cole Spain still on the mound for the Cougars. Welcome back. Matt Whiteley lead things off for the Generals here in the top of the 6th inning. Defensive switch here for the Cougars. Moving from second base over to shortstop will be Sawyer Smith, and into the game in replace of Cody Jones, who came on the pinch hit, is Nate Tuck, now playing second base. Cole Spain, first pitch in there for a strike. Second pitch misses for a ball. Spain trying to paint the inside corner, misses. 2-1 the count. Spain misses outside. 3-1 now. It'll be Whiteley, DeCimbrino, and Feely. Pitch from Spain, and a good fastball right down the middle. Whiteley couldn't catch up to it. Full count now to the center fielder. And it will be a walk.
The second baseman, number 5, Ben DeCimbrino.
So with 1 aboard, that'll bring up Ben DeCimbrino. Lays down the bunt, pushes it right to Majetic at first base. And sacrifice will move the runner over.
Returning to the top of the order, the shortstop, number 8, Chadwick Feely.
So that'll bring up Chadwick Feely with a runner in scoring position. So Feely steps in. Spain with the pitch, misses, hits the zone high. Looked like it was a little bit high, but obviously our vantage point up here in the press box is a little bit higher. So 0-1 the count. Feely struck out in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 here in this game. Time called. That one misses high. Won the count. Check swing, but did not go around. Three one is the count. And Spain finds the inside corner, makes it full. And foul ball. Count remains 3-2. In the 6th inning here. Payoff pitch. Line right back at Spain. He had to duck out of the way for that one. And that will score a run. So Feely with an RBI single up the middle into center field.
The left fielder, number 24, Matthew Jones.
5-3 now.
And Spain a little shaken up there. He had to duck out of the way.
Might have fell on his hand.
Yeah, he might have skinned his hand a little bit.
Diving out of the way. That ball came in a flash at him.
He was lucky to get out of the way on that one.
Yeah. That was a laser.
Who's coming out?
It was coming right at his head too, so Spain I think is going to exit here.
I remember I was playing all-star baseball one time, and we were in practice, and we were taking fielding practice, and I was playing pitcher. Of course, no kid pitch at this age, but it was like one of the last plays, and the coach meant to hit a line ball up to center field, and I was right there, and he beamed it right at my face, and I put my glove up, and I knocked it down and threw it to first. Like nothing happened, and he was like, all right, you got a Gatorade, because that wasn't even going to you. Thought I killed you.
So new pitcher is George Roos.
A George pitching? George Roos.
So Roos making his first appearance of the year, the junior out of George Washington High School here in Danville, Virginia. Roos saw some action last year in his first year with the Cougars after transferring in. Had an 0-3 record in 6 appearances, including 3 starts, pitched 10 2/3 innings. Did have 12 strikeouts. Had some unfortunate situations with him, like last year. Gave up 22 runs, but only 14 were earned, so didn't get some help. But so his ERA took a little bit of a hit, but he's a guy that can come in and fill some innings, and I think we'll see a tremendous jump from him from last year to this year. I think he was playing his freshman year, was playing club ball, and then transferred back to Averett. So.
Club ball at a different school.
Yeah, I think he was at Radford playing club ball up there. So he is on to pitch now. And at the plate is Matthew Jones. First pitch misses.
The 1-0 from Roos is popped up into shallow right. Lancaster will make the easy play. 2 down now.
The third baseman, number 7, Jason Volpicelli.
I'll bring up Volpicelli.
I wasn't looking at it when I read it. So.
Roos paints the edge there for strike 1. Roos 0-1 is high. The count to 1-1. About 15 minutes past 5 here. The sun's still finding its way in the Roos 2-1. Throw down behind to first. Very close. Just in time. Safe.
Good snap throw by McKinney.
Was a ball though. So 3-1. Nope, 2-2. Here's the count. Roos, an opportunity to get out of it right here. His 2-2 pitch.
Run on the move.
Up the middle. And trailer. That's not trailer, excuse me.
Sawyer
That was
Smith makes a great play, and that'll be the 3rd out on the 6-3 put out.
The Generals in the top of the sixth, see, with 1 run on 1 hit.
But the Generals add one more run. They increase their lead to 5-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning when we come back.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information.
And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Avery trails Washington to lead 5-3. Sawyer Smith will lead things off for the Cougars. Smith, a defensive replacement for Kyle Vidano, and then moved from second over to short this past inning, so he'll get his first at bat of the day. Our first bat of the game, and then chop it over to third. And will be a 5-3 putout for out number 1. That'll bring up Chase McKinney.
The catcher, number 16, Chase McKinney.
McKinney 0 for 2, but does have a sac fly. Pitch misses low. Got a big week in Averett Athletics coming up. Be sure to mark your calendars. Baseball at home on Tuesday at 2:30 against Bridgewater, weather permitting, of course. 1-0 pitch in the dirt to McKinney. On Wednesday, we've got a lot of action for you at home as the men's lacrosse team opens play here at home on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Then at 7:30, you can walk up the hill, go to the Grant Center, and check out the men's basketball game. McKinney fouls that one out of play. And we got some more action for you later in the week as on Saturday, the men's basketball team has senior day. That game has been moved up from 2 o'clock to 11:30, so be sure to note that. We'll be having senior day ceremonies, and they'll play their regular season finale against Berea at 11:30 a.m. at the Grant Center. Little chopper up the middle. Feely ranges, and it's going to be a single for McKinney. Plunked him in the head, it looked like.
The first baseman, number 34, Tucker Majetic.
This is going to be a tough play for Feely, and the throw was over there. It was going to be a bang-bang play at first base. And it looked like it went off Lowenberg's glove and hit McKinney in the head and popped straight up in the air.
I believe so.
Assistant trainer Reagan Humphreys out there to just check on him, make sure. She's been busy today. So, looks like McKinney's okay, and that'll bring up Tucker Majetic here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. get back to that schedule on Saturday in just a second. Majetic
That
hits
was
this one into
ripped.
deep left field. That's down the line. Foul. And Matthew Jones nearly made a great diving catch just inside foul territory. Down the line, but unable to get to it.
Just about at the warning track, too. That ball was taking a decent ways.
Majetic got a hold of it for sure. Just a long strike. So 0-1 the count. Kenny with a good lead over at first. Throw over there, not in time. Also coming up on Saturday, we've got the Averett women's basketball team hosting a quarterfinal matchup to an opponent to be determined. That'll be at 2 p.m. at the Grant Center. Cougars, with Greensboro's loss to Mary Baldwin today, sealed their first ever outright conference championship in the East Division during the regular season. So congratulations to the Cougars.
They've been playing some great ball this year.
They had never won a championship tournament, regular season, or anything, so they were assured at least a share, and with Greensboro's loss today, they get it outright. So another banner will be hanging up on in the Grand Center.
But they're not done yet. They're ready to go through this tournament gauntlet.
They will get a bye in the first round, so that's why they'll host on Saturday. And then also on Saturday, can't forget women's lacrosse, their season opener at home against Sweetbriar at 3 p.m. So busy day here next Saturday, a week from today. Majetic, good eye there, holds off that pitch, and 3-1 the count. Do have some action going on in the Washington Lee bullpen.
Righty throwing down there.
A couple others warming up down there. And Majetic thought he had ball 4. And turns out it was strike 2. And if I'm him, I'm swinging on this next pitch, whether if it's anywhere near the zone. Full count, 1 out. And a swing and a miss. He will go down on strikes.
The right fielder, number 23, Andrew Lancaster.
So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Andrew Lancaster. Lancaster had an RBI sac fly, but otherwise he's 0 for 2 here in game 2. Throw over to first. McKinney not going anywhere. The pitch misses outside. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Light is fading quickly. It's going to be a struggle to get these last 3 innings in.
At the pace we're going. Good lucky. No lights here, though, in Fulton Field.
Oh, and this is high. 3-0 the count to Lancaster.
No light here. That's why most of our baseball games are played during the day. Oh, all of them.
I was going to say, I hope all of them are. Hope we don't play any in the dark over here. Although we're getting close to it today. Fastball in there for strike one as Lancaster was taking all the way. Three one count. Ball fouled out to the right side.
Full count, runner will be going from first here.
Chopper up the middle. That'll get through. And good base running. Puts McKinney on third.
The designated hitter, number 15, Dante.
Lancaster gets a single. Keeps this thing going for the Cougars. That'll bring up Dante George.
So George can cut the lead to one here with a base hit. Timely hitting, that's what a lot of baseball is about. Can you get that hit right when you need it? George watches the first one for a strike. Another strike right on the outside corner. Got to protect the plate now at 0-2. George will sit down on 3 straight strikes. That'll retire the Cougars. 2 left on in that inning.
In the bottom of the 6th, there was no runs on 2 hits and 2 runners left on base.
5-3. Washington Lee still leads. Top of the 7th coming your way after this.
Go for the general. First baseman, number 19.
And we go to the top of the 7th inning. Generals lead Averett 5-3. Zach Lowenberg with a single down the right field line.
He's been a hot bat.
The catcher, number 33, Bryce Burnett.
That'll bring up Bryce Burnett. Burnett 0 for 1 with a pair of walks and a run scored today here in game 2. George Ruse still on the mound for the Cougars. Chop foul down the left side. I believe the sun is officially set here. Now we're just going on whatever light we have left. Yeah. It's going to be tough finishing out this one unless these innings go by quick. Curveball just missed the outside corner. 1-1 the count. It'll be Burnett, Monson, and then Martin due up after that. Swing and a miss by Burnett. Fouled back to the net. Burnett stays alive. Breaking ball just missed.
Good movement on that one. Swung on and missed.
Good strikeout by Ruse.
The right fielder, number 14, Ryan Monson.
So with one out, that'll bring up Monson. 0 for 2 with a sac fly and an RBI.
As we were speaking about it, the automatic lighting system has now officially come on the North Campus. So we
I don't
truly
think
are
that's going
running
to do
out
us
of
much
light.
good
No.
over here, though. But
we are running out of light officially.
it's a little bit lighter than it probably looks on your screen, judging by the broadcast. But it is still getting dark.
It's nap time in the USA.
Oh, 1 pitch. Hit right up the middle, off of Ruse, and another unfortunate bounce for the Cougars. And will be an infield hit.
Off Bruce calf there. Second time that's happened today.
Do you think they'll call it?
That'll bring up a pinch hitter. Number 18, Luke Seipel.
Pinch hitting for the Generals, number 18, Luke Seipel.
Seipel seeing his first action of the day. He's a first-year catcher out of Devon, Pennsylvania.
And a switch hitter at that. He's going to bat from the
He'll go lefty.
left side, yep.
And he'll hit this one to the gap in right center. That's going to get down. That'll score at least one. And he'll have a double. Oh, no, he's going to be out. Great play by the defense there.
One run does score, but they do get Siepel.
So we'll be an RBI single and then out trying to advance, turn into a double.
Eleventh hit of the game for Washington and Lee.
The center fielder, number 10.
So that was a 7-4-6 put out on that play. For those of you scoring at home.
It's a single and he's out 9-4-6.
It's going to be 9-4-6.
First pitch is away for a ball.
Wrote it down right, just couldn't read my writing there. And it does make it a 6-3 game in favor of the Generals. And Whiteley crushes that one foul down the left end.
So 1-1 count. That ball is going to clip the lower end of the zone for a strike. Ruse a strike away from getting out of this inning. This half inning, excuse me. Well, this inning.
And good job by McKinney to block that one in the dirt.
Good waste pitch, just wouldn't go for it. Whiteley. The 2-2. Fouled right above us.
Two pitch from Roos. Chopped up the middle. Tuck there, backhands it, throws to first, but it's not going to be in time, and it'll score another run on an infield single by Whiteley. Beat it out.
He got down his bases quick. He got down that baseline quick.
And just when the Cougars thought they might get out of the inning, it keeps on going.
On those bouncing balls like that, especially when you have a fast base runner, you have to really charge at them. Be quick. Those bounces hang in the air, it feels like forever.
So DeSimbrino at the plate, fouls that one for strike one.
I don't know, Drew, do you think they'll get another half inning in after this, or?
Well, they have to finish this inning, so Averett will at least get an at-bat.
But this will probably be the last inning.
But it could be. Just depends on how long this one lasts.
Russo 2.
Chopper back to second base. Tuck there, makes the play, and they get the second out. Not before the Generals add to their lead. Get two more runs. It is 7-3. We'll go to the bottom of the inning when we come back.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information.
And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach DiCarlo will lead things off for the Cougars, who trail 7-3.
Shows bunt, but pulls it back. Second pitch in there for a strike. Carlo fouls this one down first base line and out of play.
New pitcher on the mound, Danny Devereaux, deuces a 5-3 ground out for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 8, A.J. Hart.
I'll bring up A.J. Hart. Hasn't had too many at-bat opportunities officially today. Got hit a couple times and walked. His first pitch clips the outside low corner for strike 1. This one also gets the outside for strike 2. Umpires look to be trying to get this sped up.
Light is at a premium right now.
Told AJ he had to get in the box. Too high and away. Two now. The 2-2 is low. Full count. Devereaux's full count pitch. Called strike 3. Hart down looking on strikes.
He did not like that, but
nope. I think he agreed with that one.
2 outs now. Now to bring up Brandon Hatcher.
First pitch is high for a ball. Second pitch outside and away. The light really starting to fade now. A little pinkish hue. That ball is very low but called for a strike. 2-1 to Smith. Swung on and missed. 2-2 count now. Devereaux's 2-2. Smith laid off the outside pitch. So full count. The payoff pitch from Devereaux.
And Hatcher will draw the walk.
The second baseman, number 36, Nate Tuck.
That'll bring up Nate Tuck. Freshman getting a chance to keep this inning going here. Pitch misses outside.
This one's popped. The shallow right.
That's an error.
And the second baseman dropped it. DeSombrino probably lost it.
So the inning continues.
Returning to the top of the order, their shortstop, number 3, Sawyer.
So we'll go down as an error. So tying run on deck for the Cougars.
Sawyer Smith takes the first ball high. The 1-0 is grounded to third and steps on the bag.
And they're going to get the force out at third. We'll see if that's going to be it for us.
Bocelli did step on the
Certainly,
bag at third.
Cougars going to try to take the field quickly. Now the umpires are discussing it. We'll see what they say.
For the Cougars in the bottom of the 7th, there was no runs, no hits, 2 runners left on base.
Conversation still going. We'll keep it here. We will have a new pitcher, it looks like, if this thing continues. Problem is if no matter what, you got to get through a full inning. Looks like we might keep this thing going, and Alex Anstead will be the new pitcher for the Cougars. So Anstead warming up.
Attention, now pitching for the Cougars, number 6, Alex Anstead.
I would think regardless of this would be the last absolute inning we could play, so comes down, it'll probably come down to this. Been here 11 years, and I've seen some games get pretty dark in terms of going and stretching the limit to being able to see, and this is about right at the threshold, I think, of what they would allow.
At some point, it's got to be a safety issue too.
Well, I mean, you can't see the ball, and now we're going to have a talk. Looks like they are going to discuss a little bit more with.
I think they could play right now, but they're not going to be able to make it through this full entire inning, especially at the rate of speed we've been playing.
So we shall see what the official word is.
Yep.
And looks like they are going to call it, so this one is going to be final in 7 innings.
Attention fans, your final score. Washington Elite Generals 7, Averett Cougars 3. The Cougars will be back in action Tuesday as they take off Bridgewater at 2:30 p.m. Averett thanks you for attending today's game, and please drive home safely.
So the game will be called due to light, the lack of light. Washington and Lee officially wins in 7 innings, 7-3. 7 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error. Cougars 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors.
So that'll be it for us here on the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in to today's season opening doubleheader. Cougars drop 2 to Washington Lee. They'll be back in action tomorrow. up at Washington Lee. Be sure to follow all the latest news for Averett baseball and all of Averett athletics at AverettCougars.com, and follow us on social media at AverettUCougars. For Trevor Ramagos, I'm Drew Wilson, and everybody here in the press box, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
This has been a production of the Averett Sports Network.